Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with y'all once again. And today, I'm going to give my recap and review of Impact Wrestling's Victory Road, as we are on the road to Bound for Glory. And boy, oh boy, is this this is probably pretty going to be... this was a very, very good show. And if you didn't watch, you're missing out. Impact is killing it lately. So, let's get on board. First match, triple threat match. No title on the line, just kind of bragging rights. As Steve Maclin, if you remember from WWE as... Who the heck was he? He was... I forget his WWE name. He was in the group with Jackson Riker. Forgotten Sons. How ironic. That was a three-man group. I forget this dude's WWE name, but yeah, whatever. As he takes on not only Petey Williams, but TJP as well. TJP and Petey at first worked together, but then they started fighting. Maclin took advantage. Petey and TJ using their speed against Maclin, but Maclin overpowered. Finish came when Petey hit a Canadian Destroyer, the OG Destroyer, don't you forget it, on TJP. Maclin then hit his finisher on Petey, Fall of Man, something like that, and then covered TJP for the win, which, honestly, pretty good match. Nothing to really write home about. I'm starting to really like Maclin a little bit. But, we'll see where this goes, because I'm not sure where it's going. Kind of thumbs in the middle. Kind of up. Next is a five-way scramble, which I don't believe was advertised at first. But I think they just added it in because they needed another match. We have Laredo Kid, Black Taurus, both of AAA. Jake something, yes, that is his name, and he is actually really good. John Skyler, who's kind of a newcomer to Impact. He's kind of been on AEW Dark kind of recently, so that's pretty cool. And Trey Miguel. It was a bit of a fast-paced match, kind of sort of slowed down by Taurus and Jake, but, get flips, flops, and flies. Finish came when Laredo Kid pins... I want to say it was Skyler after a top rope move. Yeah, it was Skyler. Laredo Kid having a little momentum. Maybe he'll be challenging for the X Division title somewhere down the line. We'll see. Next up, we have a singles women's match, non-title, as we have Taylor Wilde alongside Jordani Grace and Rachel Ellering taking on Tenille Dashwood, who has Caleb with a K and Madison Rayne in their corner. All this time, Tenille has been looking for a tag team partner, has kind of been trying to turn Jordani to her side. And then they've been feuding. Taylor Wilde's been a bit MIA before this recent tapings. Explanations where that Caleb kind of stopped her at the Canadian border. I think that's the story. So, Grace and Ellering are teaming up with Taylor Wilde to take on Tenille, Caleb, and the returning Madison Rayne, who I want to say she retired last year. I forget. I know she was an announcer for a little bit. So, good to see her back. About endish of the match, both, sides managers, Jordani and Rachel and Caleb and Madison, get thrown out of the arena. A little bit after that, Taylor hits her really impressive impressive Fisherman Buster finisher for the 1, 2, 3 Taylor Wilde with a big old win. Hopefully we'll be seeing Taylor Wilde maybe challenge for the Knockouts title sometime soon. And I'd be okay with that. Next up, in a no DQ match, always ready, Matt Cardona, woo woo woo, taking on Rohit Raju. This match came about after Rohit and Shira kind of got involved with Cardona's real-life fiance, I want to say. Fuck off, dude. Enough. What's her name? Chelsea Green. Cardona didn't really like that, so challenge for this match. I'm surprised Cardona has been doing more hardcore stuff ever since he challenged and then won, and then subsequently lost the Game Changer World title. That was wild. Match kind of ends with Chelsea Green coming down, kicking not only Shira, but Raju in the man region. And then Cardona hit his finisher for the 1, 2, 3. And, solid match. Nothing really to write home about. It wasn't as extreme as it could have been, but it was still pretty good. Next up, a very, very interesting matchup, tag team match, as the Bullet Club members, Chris Bay, you heard that right, Chris Bay's in the Bullet Club, and Huleko, who just debuted in Impact pretty recently, take on FinJuice, David Finlay and Juice Robinson. This was a very hard-hitting, kind of high-flying bout, good back and forth. Ending came with Chris Bay hitting his finisher on Juice for the 1, 2, 3. That's it. Solid tag team match. I really enjoyed it. Next up, it's the big guys versus the little guys. As Moose and W. Morrissey take on Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan. A bit of, they've been billing the Edwards-Callihan team as if Batman and Joker were to team up, and they kind of hit the nail on the head. Good back and forth. Moose kind of dominated for a bit, then Eddie came back. About kind of endish of the match, Aubrey Edwards, Eddie's wife, I think at this point, came out, kind of put herself between Moose and Morrissey and her guy, because it was revealed she doesn't really trust, Sami, and why would you? She ultimately gets taken down by Moose, in which Eddie Edwards picks her up, takes her to the back, leaving Sami to the Monsters, which is, bit uneven. So, Sami Callihan eats a loss. I'd say okay match. Moose looked decent, Morrissey looked good. I don't like the screwy finish. It does seem like Callihan and Edwards are ready to reignite the rivalry, although it has recently been revealed that Callihan has suffered an injury and is probably going to be out for a while, which is a shame, because he's really good. Next up, Knockouts Tag Team title action, as we have Decay, Havoc and Rosemary taking on Savannah Evans and Tasha Steele. Evans and Steele were currently in possession of the tag team titles. They didn't win it. They just kind of stole it. Crime Time against Legacy style, if you remember that WWE storyline. I really liked that storyline. Havoc and Rosemary, this was, I think, one of the matches of the night. Both sides had great chemistry together, especially Havoc and Evans. Those two big behemoths crashing. Looked like a couple of kaiju fighting, which was great. Finish came with, I want to say it was a sort of Doomsday device-ish finish from Decay onto Tasha Steele for the 1, 2, 3. Still knockout tag team champions. I'm definitely very good with this. Both sides have great chemistry. Kind of wondering what's next for Decay, because there are some decent tag teams out there in the Knockouts tag division. Next up, men's tag team title match, players. Impact tag team titles. As we had the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, taking on Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Swann and Mack do hold a non-title victory over the Good Brothers. After then, Good Brothers took Rich Swann out of action for a while, at least kayfabe-wise. He then came back recently. They jumped the Good Brothers, got this match. I really like the chemistry between these two teams. Another potential match of the night. Playing off a little bit of their history in Impact. Ending came with Rich Swann eating the pin after a magic killer by the Good Brothers. Another solid match. This next match could potentially be Match of the Year candidate. As Josh Alexander defends his X Division title against multi-time X Division champion and tag team champion and world champion Chris Sabin. And boy, oh boy, did these two go to town. Nice little back and forth. You have Sabin's speed versus Alexander's power / finesse in the ring. It was a beautiful thing. I cannot put into words how great this match was. Please go find it either on like Fight or YouTube or something and give it a watch. Like, this match was damn good. Potential Match of the Year candidate. Ending came with Alexander hitting his finish. 1, 2, 3. Match done. Still X Division champion. Afterwards, Sabin and Alexander had a little handshake. And then you see Chris Sabin whisper something into Alexander's ear. We'll be paying that off a little later tonight after the next match. Again, big old thumbs up and potential Match of the Year candidate, without a doubt. Next up, another solid bout as Christian Cage defends his Impact World title against Ace Austin. AC Baby using his speed right off. He's been really built up as a real potential future star, and I hope Impact use him really well in the future. But this was also, again, great chemistry between these two. A lot of, not too much flipping, but enough to get Ace some eyes on him. Match ends with the Unprettier. 1, 2, 3. Match done. Solid bout. Post-match, out comes Josh Alexander, X Division title at hand. Gets a mic, gets in the ring, face-to-face with Christian Cage. He basically says, Bound for Glory, Option C. If you don't understand Option C, this was created by Austin Aries back in 2009, I want to say. Maybe a little after that. Maybe like 2010, 2011. Where the X Division champion at the time could cash in the X Division title for a world title shot whenever they wanted. So kind of Money in the Bank-ish, kind of Gift of the Gods title situation, which I think is awesome. It's something a little different, something that makes Impact stand out a bit. So, at Bound for Glory, which is in October, I want to say it's like October 10th, we will be getting Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. And I will leave that for my predictions for Bound for Glory. I thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Next time you will be seeing me is actually potentially tomorrow night, where I will be at Arthur Ashe Stadium to enjoy AEW Grand Slam. I hope you guys watch. I hope you enjoy. I doubt you'll see me because I'm going to be up in the nosebleeds. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a like, comment, subscribe. Let's share it all over the place. And let's get wrestling back to where it was. I thank you again. Hope you have a great day. Peace.